Hi friends, welcome back to the L&M channel. I'm so happy that you're here today. We are going to be doing setup videos. For this particular video, we are going to be doing the setup for my functional system. Originally, I had thought that I was going to do it by, most of them are going to be by notebook, but for this one specifically, we're going to be doing it by functional system because I felt like they all went together and it would have been too short of a video to just do it with one. My hair is feeling very Twilight, very Alice from Twilight right now. So in today's video, we are going to be doing the setup for the Take a Note A5, the Take a Note bi-weekly, and the weekly supplement from Hobonichi. And those were some glimpses at what they ended up looking like, but we're going to be going through the setup for those, and then also going to be talking about how I'm going to be using the journals specifically. I did briefly talk about this in the Techo Kaigi, so if you want to get a general overview of not just what I'm using these journals for, but also my whole lineup, go ahead and check that out. I will leave it linked up above. But we were going to be going into much more detail and also setting up these journals today. So again, it's the Take a Note A5, the Take a Note bi-weekly, and the weekly supplement. And so if that's something that interests you, go ahead and keep on watching. We're going to go ahead and go back to the past so that you can go through the little setup for these things. At the end of the video, I'm also going to include the cover that I'm going to be using for it. So that's really, really exciting because it's a new cover for me. It is actually arriving in the mail today as I'm recording the intro. So I'm so excited. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get things rolling, shall we? I can't believe it is December. That's ridiculous to me. I'm going to be starting with the monthly tag names, or rather the monthly titles. I literally just finished a clip for the hours journal and I couldn't use these because they're too small, so I decided to try and use them for this one. I wasn't originally gonna add any of these tabs to this journal, but since I don't have a use for them because they're too small for the hours journal one, I have to print them a little bigger. I figured might as well use them here. So I feel like I've said this a million times, but in case you are just landing here on this video and haven't watched any of the others, these are part of my December Patreon printables. So if that's something that you're interested in, I will leave a link down below. I do think I'm gonna put these like right next to them. I think this is actually perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead. One of the ways that I break in my journals to make it a little easier when I'm starting to design and kind of like customize them is doing the monthly titles. I think that it's a really easy and low pressure way to break in, kind of like go into it without, you know, being afraid of making a wrong decision when it comes to the customizing of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I will play some music in the background as I do it, and I will be right back with the next steps. So that's all the months done. I'm not gonna do December, and I'm not gonna do, or I mean, I guess I could do December. I have to print out the big ones for our studios anyway, so I might do that. I'm not gonna do any of these three. I'll figure out what to do with them later, but I will not be doing anything with them right now. I have to decide on tabs for this, but I think I'm going to, I think I'm gonna collage the front of this. I'm not particularly like emotionally attached to the green, so I don't really mind the idea of collaging it, and that might help with the tab situation. I just realized I have two of these because of the small one. I'm like, why do I have two? Anyways, so then once I do that, I can decide on what to do with the tabs and all that good stuff. Yeah. Let me see. Is there anything I want to do? I think I want to glue this page. Actually, I don't really ever do anything with this page. So I tend to just glue it down. So I guess we could do that as well. There we go. That's now glued. Okay. So as you can see, there is a huge mess on my desk, and that is because I have been trying to figure out what I was going to do for the cover for my Take a Note. And I did that off camera because it was a lot of back and forth and printing and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And so I did all the setup for it off camera, and now I'm going to explain to you what it is that I did, why I did it, and how it's going to work. So let me just go ahead and clean this up, and I will be right back. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, so I took off the clear cover from this, and I knew that I wanted to cover the cover of the Take a Note, particularly because I didn't like how any of the tabs looked with this cover. And I debated on purchasing some new tabs. I debated on making my own, and I have the possibility of making my own thanks to Maddie from Hello Naya. She created her own tabs for her Hobonichi weeks, and they came out beautiful. She sent me the layout for it so that I could make my own. But I really want to use these blue, whatchamacallit, the Traveler's Notebooks ones, just because I really like how they look. I'm using them in my Hours Studio Journal, and then I'm also using them in my North Star journal, so I'm using the green ones here. And so I really wanted to just use these. I did also purchase these Midori tabs on jet pens, and there's 48 tabs in here, if you can kind of see that, but they are too small and I can barely see the numbers for them, so I decided that I'm not going to use that for this. So in order to make the blue work, I decided that I was going to collage on this, but Something about collaging on this makes me nervous because it's a full year book and I know myself and I might want to change things up later on. I might not, but I might. So I decided that I was going to do what I was going to do was I was going to collage on two pages, and that way I can just put them on, and if I ever want to take them off, then I can just take them off, right? Like there's no big deal. And I am going to be doing something that I'm going to be doing next year is I'm going to have kind of like my junk journal system is going to be in rings. So if at any point in the year I decide I don't want to use these anymore and I want to use something else, I will just punch holes in them and decorate in the back. I already have something going on because I did this. And put them in the rings. So it's no harm, no foul. So I think this is going to be the cover. And then this is going to be the back of it. And, okay, focus, please. Can you focus? Thank you. And I really like how they look. I am actually so chuffed at them because they look so good. And I think that the blue tabs look really, really great alongside them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them down with some masking tape just so that they don't move very much. And then I'll put the clear cover on top and it'll be fine. So let me find my masking tape. And the reason I think I want to use masking tape is because it's cream, so I don't think that it'll show through. And it's very easy to kind of like remove later on. You could also use washi tape if this is something that you're interested in doing yourself. But yeah, so let me do that and I will be right back. Okay, and that's what that looks like. You can see a little bit of the green peeking out in a little bit of the areas, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want to lose, some of that green. So I really like how that looks. And the masking tape is only there just so that it doesn't move very much, but I don't really think it'll move all that much anyways. I really like how that came out quite a lot. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness. And of course I had to use a sticker skeleton because it's me. And I do have a few stickers here from Erin Ware. This is a sticker skeleton from Chan, Plush PNG, La Dolce Vita. This is an Erin Ware one as well. This was a freebie from Bamkuhin. This was a gift that was given to me by Maddie from Hello Naya. This is a Hello Naya sticker over here. This is just a clipping. These are some of mine. This is from a Kickstarter that I was a part of for Gretel Lusky. This is part of the 2025 Traveler's Notebook stickers. La Dolce Vita. This is a collage element, again, from Maddie from Hello Naya. Maddie from Hello Naya also gifted me that. This little square is one of my printables, and then this little circle is a from a sheet by Planned by Jyla. And yeah, that's what the cover looks like. I'm very, very happy about it. I'm going to go ahead and add the tabs now, and we will see what that looks like at the end of it. I might have you with me for a couple of the tabs, but I will probably not show you all of them because it is a pain in my behind every single time. So let's go ahead and just do some of them, and then I will catch you on the flip side. Okay, and that's the tabs done. So that's what it looks like with the tabs. You're gonna see that. I really like how these came out. I'm excited, very excited. I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything here in the front. Something that I had thought about doing was maybe sticking in this. This is a printable by Erin Ware, which I really, really like. But I will probably have to print it out bigger. I do like how that looks, relatively. But, this little piece here, I don't really like that sticking out. And I guess we could do it that way. But I don't know. I haven't 100% decided on that just yet. So I think that I'm going to leave that for today. And I'll come back to this once I'm ready for the next step. Cool. Hi. So welcome to the next section. As you may have known, honestly, this has taken most of December. So I don't know what I've said already, but I think that this video originally started off as just being the Take a Note setup, which I guess includes also the Slim, but I'm just making it like my functional system, because these three things are what kind of make up that functional system. And so I've done a bit of setup already off camera, a little bit more of the setup, because sometimes I just need to think through what I'm gonna do with some of the spreads. I was blanking on a lot of it, and so I kind of just did a brainstorm session, did it off camera, and now I will show you what that is. And then we're gonna do some more setup here now with like the cover and whatever. But let me go ahead and zoom you in a little bit. So let's move this a little bit more. In the Take a Note itself, like the A5, I've done a bit more of the setup. So I think I did record previously me gluing these two pages together, and I was having issues because it glued on weird. So I did rip them apart, and there was a bit of a casualty. So I'm just clipping them together. I can't find where my book darts are. Once I find them, I'll put a book dart instead. But I just went ahead and did some washi taping on top of it. It does cover a bit of the year at a glance, but I don't really use this. And if I really needed to anyways, my goodness, my throat, I could always just use this one. So it's not a big deal to me. A bit earlier, before I started recording, I decided finally what I was going to use this for. I'm going to be using it for my paychecks. And as you can see here, I put paychecks by payee. So I've already gone in and highlighted, or not highlighted, but used my color coding, because I do have a color coding system for my job and my clients. So I went in and added the one for my job so I could see which months were 5-week paychecks and which ones were 4-week paychecks. And then I will go in, and on the second line, I will do client payments, and then also Patreon and YouTube disbursements as well. So that's what I'm going to use this one for, just kind of like an at a glance thing. It's not something that I necessarily will reference every single time, but it's good to have. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with this Calendex yet. I still have to think a little bit more about that. But I did go ahead and do the setup for December on both of these. So let me go ahead and show you what that's looking like. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be my wins, which I think was originally the plan. But then I kind of went back and forth on whether I was going to use this for videos and whatnot. I did finally decide I'm going to have that in here. I'll show you that in a second. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do wins and highlights in the monthly pages. Here in the bottom, I can just have another space. So like, for example, a really big thing is that S.E. Ruth followed me on Instagram, and I almost keeled over when I saw that this morning. But then yesterday, there was also something else I wanted to mention. So I just put that down here. Grateful for Maddie, and I'm going to put my struggles here, because at the end of the month, I'm sure if you've been here around for long enough, you'll know I am part of Jess's workshop tier, planned by Jyla. And every month we have business check-ins. And so something that I struggle with is if I don't write things down as they happen, I won't remember what happened in the month at the end of it. And so this is a good space to kind of dump all of those things. So for when I'm doing my monthly review, it's a little easier to kind of reference those things. I'm thinking at the top, I could probably set up like a priority section, but we shall see. And at the end of the month, once I have finished putting out all of my wins and whatever, because there are going to be days where there's not necessarily a win or a highlight, I'm going to go ahead and deco it. And so that's what I decided. So yeah, I did start using the December one and kind of went in, and this week did that. And then going into the North Star, which is coined by Erin Ware. I get so much inspiration from her, but I am going to be using this for kind of like big goals and social media tracking in a way. I apologize for the little bit of sun that's coming in. I did close my blinds a little bit, but sun is very bright today, which honestly I'm grateful for. So let me go ahead and move this out to the side. And so I did go ahead and finish adding some stickers to this little section here. Again, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this because I already have one in the A5. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might leave it blank. I don't have to necessarily use every single spread, and I'm okay with that. And again, I don't know what I'm going to do use the Calendex for. Historically, I've used it for social media tracking, but I'm going to use the monthlies for that. So I might not, I don't know. I'll see if maybe I can keep up with doing the same thing I did in this year's, where I was tracking the types of media, or rather the types of posts I was making on the platforms, right? So it's one thing to say I posted on YouTube, but what exactly did I post on YouTube? A community post, a short, or a long form? And so that's what I was using the Calendex for. Technically, it would have to be in this one because I don't want to be having multiples. So like I could do that in the A5, but since I'm using this primarily for social media tracking, I feel like it would be better to just have it in here than having it kind of like in two separate places, even though all of these journals are going to live together, which I do have, and that's coming in the mail, the one that I am going to use. So you will be able to see that at the end of this video. I'm so excited for it to arrive. And I'll talk a bit more about that once I actually have it in my hands. But so even though they're all going to live together, I think it would make more sense to have them in this journal if I am going to do that type of tracking. If I am going to do that type of tracking, then I do think I'm going to just set it up ahead of time, because setting it up every single month is a bit of a nuisance. But anyways, I did set up the month of December, as you can see, and she's a cutie. We love to see it. I did use some of Sticky Club stickers and some other bits and ephemera that I received from Mina, and also from Sam, and then also from Kieran. And then this is a traveler's notebook for 2025 from their sticker sheet. And I think it was Mina who mentioned it, that she was going to try to use one of the stickers every single month. And that struck a chord. And I think I'm going to try to do the same. So let's see if I can keep up with that. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to draw in the icon for whenever I post a video and whenever I post on Instagram or any of the other socials. And as you can see here, I have posted quite a bit on YouTube this month, despite all of the struggles that this month has given me. And then I have just posted 3 times on Instagram. I'm trying to get better. I started off really, really strong in the beginning of the year, but I have kind of lost my what am I trying to say? Words. My stride my stride with Instagram. I do think that I want to post other things too, though, not just journaling content. And I think that's what has me a little bit, I want to focus on my writing and my art next year. And that's one of the things that I'm going to set up as well on this journal, which is the goals. And then I have my stats down here for YouTube, Instagram, Substack, and Patreon. And then I'm just going to track how it starts, how it ends, and then any changes I will log here on the side. And I have done that historically, but most of the time it's been in the Calendex, like on the bottom. So this time I'm going to have it in the actual monthly, and I feel like that's just much simpler. And yeah, I really like how this is looking quite a lot. I don't really know yet what I'm going to do with the weeklies. I think I had mentioned maybe like just a general summary of the day, a quick little summary, and that might still be what I do. I'm not 100% convinced that I like that. We shall see. I'll try it. I'll try it out. If you have any other ideas for what I can do in these weeklies, let me know. I would love to get your input on that. And then here on the back pages, I set up a 2025 goals page, which I will probably set up with you at some point once I'm ready to write that down. And then I did set up a spread for, I skipped one because I might want to do maybe 2025 highlights on this one to kind of just have one page where all of the year's highlights show up. So maybe I can pick a couple from every month. We'll see. I haven't 100% decided on that yet. And I think if I do decide, I've never done a word of the year, but if I do decide to do one, I'll probably put it on this page. So I left that one blank as well. And then I did a page for each month. This is what I will do to put like all of my wins, my rating for the month, struggles, and goals for the following month. This is what I use when we do our business check-ins with the Plan by Jila group. And so I did one for every single month. And then I'm left with two. I'll just show you. I wrote these in myself using a Tombow. This Tombow. I was going to use the brush pen, and this is N25. I was going to use a brush pen, but it's a hit or miss with the brush pen, and I kind of wanted it to just be a hit and not a miss. So I just used the Tombow because I'm pretty confident writing in those. And then I have these 2 pages left over, which I haven't decided what I'm going to do with. And again, if they end up being blank, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the cover. And I already spent some time looking for some ephemera. Let me zoom you back out so you can have a better look at this. Oop, that's in. There we go. And I just went through some of the magazines. If you have seen, so this is my daily log for, not the daily log, but my vertical weekly for 2025. And I covered it with a magazine cover, and it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite covers of the year. I just love the simplicity of it. I really, really do. I had been loving this magazine clipping for a long time. And yeah, I glued this in January because I had used this originally for Junk Journal January. And so it's been probably the longest insert in the year that I've kept up with, even though I've used it for many different things. And so I think that I want to do the same thing with this one. I want to do a magazine clipping. And so I just went through and got a few of them. And then as I was going through it, I saw this in one of the magazines, the long game. And I feel like that works really, really well because this is like a goals page. So I'll probably end up gluing that as well, some way, somehow. And then these are a few of the clippings that I found that I really, really like the aesthetics of. And then it's this page. I love this one so much. There's this one, and then there's this one, which is a setting. But I think I want to do the people just because I really, really enjoy that. And then I haven't decided if I want to do it like this. Oh, that's so pretty. That's gorgeous. And then the back. I feel like I want to do that one quite a lot, but then let me see. What do you think? I think that is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. So then that's probably, and that one really caught my eye at the end of it. But then I also really like kind of having it be like this, where it has both of them kind of. Lady's choice. That's funny. Dusting pants. Although this one has text, so I don't know. Maybe not. Although I could always kind of make it so that the text is folded in and then it's like this. I don't think I like that as much, although I can kind of cut it so that it does it this way. I kind of like that as well, so that's another option. And there's this one. I don't like that as much. I think it looks cool, but I don't think I like it as much for this one specifically. And I think whichever one I don't use, I will probably end up using for my vertical weekly again. I love this face so much. I think I'm probably going to use this one for my vertical weekly. I'm not going to lie. I really do think I'm going to use that one. It's so pretty. And then there's this one, which I think is cool too. I think I've decided. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this one. I just really like how it looks. I like that there's no faces. I really like when they're kind of looking away. Yeah, I like that quite a lot. So I'm gonna do that, and then do I cut? I think I can cut it, or should I keep it? What do you guys think? Of course, by the time you guys tell me, I would have already made a decision. People, places, things. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so we are done here. I love it. I had to add a sticker skeleton. I wasn't going to. I liked it without it, but I do think that the added texture of the skeleton looks really, really cool. I like how the long game kind of abstracts itself, but I still know what it means. And it creates like some dynamicness here in the cover. So I really like how that looks. And again, I'm just like super into the blues, I guess, right now because all of them are blue. Even my R's journal also has a lot of blue. Actually, I can show you a peek of that because it's right here. Has a lot of blue on it. Quite a lot. So I'm very into the blues right now, it seems. And that translates onto here really like how that looks. And now the newest one, which I don't think when I started the setup I had this one. I was inspired by Little Coco Studio to use this as a time blocking journal. And so I might not necessarily always use it, but if I ever need to time block, feel that need to do it, I will have it. And so now I have to decide what I'm going to do with this one, if I'm also going to cover it or not. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I do think I'm going to cut this. Let's see. I could potentially do the black and white one, which also looks really, really good. I love it when things like this happen. Okay, so we have this option, which honestly looks amazing. And I am going to fold it over though, so that like so that's that one, and then there's also this one. Yeah, which I don't like as much, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, I think I am going to do this one. Which is really interesting because I wasn't going to set out to do that. Maybe I can leave it so that it is there. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so there's a little booklet. I was very haphazard with it, but I don't mind. I actually like when there's like creases in it, and I totally messed this little part up here and over here, but I am not complaining. It is totally fine. Something I want to see if I can find where I put them, that is. I have these little index tabs that I don't really like that I bought, the Midori ones. They're so small, I cannot read what they say. But, that being said, they might work for this one. So let's see. So this is January. Let's try this out. Oh my goodness, I keep... Horrible, absolutely horrendous. Gosh, I could not. Can you even see that? Let me see if I can. It's so tiny. I don't know. I mean, I don't want anything like super big on this one either, though, so it might work, I guess. Let's try a couple of them out and see. Do some tab surgery here. I guess. Okay, where's the 226? Here we are. Please don't rip. Thank you. I mean, they're not terrible. They're just so tiny. My eyes cannot, for the life of me, see. But, I mean, I guess really, like, honestly, I don't really need tabs for this one, per se, because I'm going to be using a bookmark to kind of delineate where I am in it, so I guess it's fine. And at least I use them. I didn't just purchase them for them never to be used, which really is infuriating. Okay, I'm going to get these tabs in, and then I will be right back. Okay, so to everyone's surprise, I love it. I love it. I really like how they look, even though they're tiny and like super, like they're not perfect, and that's fine. I don't really seek perfection with tabs specifically, and I really like how they look. I went ahead and added one of these air and wear tabs for no reason other than I like how it looks. That's why I do most things. And then if you don't know anything about me, one thing to know is that I collect fortune cookie thingies, these things, strips, what are they called? Fortune strips, whatever. I collect them for whenever I need to, and I was looking through my little collection and I found this one. If you don't program yourself, life will program you, which I thought was perfect because this is a time blocking insert. I love it so much. And then I put my little bookmark like I told you, and then yeah, I'm so happy I found a use for these freaking tabs because Lord, I was so sad that I didn't like them. I was very sad. I purchased, I mean, they weren't super expensive, but still, you purchase something, you want to use it, you know? I don't like, I just don't like not using things. Feels pretty wasteful to me. Let's see, is there any random little bits of this that I can use? I used import it on here, right? Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so I think that is that. Maybe, perhaps, for the setup on this one. I'm not really gonna do anything in here until it's time, because it's really just time blocking. And I'll probably add stickers to this front page as time goes on. So that's that one. And then here, that's pretty much it as well. I will probably do my goals set up off camera and then just come back and kind of talk to you about it. For me, goals are not really, I use the word goals loosely because I am someone that has chronic pain and chronic conditions, and I just don't really subscribe to this notion of goals in the same way that most people do. I just wanted to have it as a for lack of a better word, a North Star just to keep me oriented. And if I get them done, great. If I don't, that's fine. You know, I do the best that I can. But there are certain things that would be amazing to be able to accomplish next year. And so I just want to kind of have an idea of what that is. And that's going to include professional and personal things. So, yeah. And then I think that I don't have anything for this week either. I feel like the first week I will probably set up closer to when that is going to start, because I haven't 100% decided. I think that originally, as you can see on this post-it, I was going to do deadlines and appointments on here, but I think I might make this section kind of like a priorities page, or I don't know. I haven't 100% decided, because I'm going to put deadlines deadlines and appointments. I think I would rather put them on top. And besides, I'm going to have the time blocking as well, so that'll help. Yeah, I haven't 100% decided how I'm going to use this just yet, but I think closer to the actual start of the year, I will do that. Not that we are not slowly but surely arriving there. I had set up this page to try and kind of decide what I was going to do, but I haven't used it yet. Maybe I'll use that next week. Maybe, perhaps. Because I'm not going to be working the last week of the year because I'm going to be in recovery for surgery. Yeah, I think that's that. I don't think I'm going to do anything else for today. And I'm pretty sure the next time we see each other will either be once I'm actually setting this up in my cover, which I will be receiving on Wednesday. So I want to get that done before the surgery. Or once we're reviewing the goals. But I guess you will find out before me. Should I add another? Wait, hold on. Should I? No, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that. I really like how these look together in conjunction quite a lot. I'm really excited to see how I'm going to use these next year. I feel like it's the most prepared I have been in a long time in terms of kind of covering all of my bases. And I really, really hope that it works out for me, as I'm hoping it'll work out. Because, you know, you always do plans and you're hoping that things are going to work out. And a lot of these things that I've decided are based off of things that I've learned about myself this year. But at the same time, you know, it's different. Every year you change. And so your needs change. And that's totally normal. But I'm really hoping that this works out and it isn't a total bust. Yeah, anyways, catch you in the next clip. My friends, in this ugly yellow thing, it looks so yellow on camera, is something I've been waiting for. It got here so quickly. This is gonna be, hopefully, if all goes well, the cover for my functional system, as you know, because this is the video that you're watching. So I'm gonna open this up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the Lockbee. I think it's Lockbee journal. Ooh, this is nice. I like that. Okay, so if my patrons know, and I don't think I've talked about it here, I had bought the Hobonichi cover. It was beautiful. I was so in love with the design, but then it arrived and I had such a sensory issue with it that I tried to get over, but unfortunately I couldn't. And so I did sell it to my sister. I think I mentioned that in one of the videos. I can't remember which one at this point. It's all such a blur. But I was really struggling with the sensory situation. And so I, ever since then, have been really worried about other journals. But this one feels so nice. It's kind of canvasy, but it's not hard. Like, it's pretty good. Okay, there's a pocket here in the back. It has a little handle, because this is technically like a traveler's notebook, a traveler's journal. It's meant for like hiking and whatever. This is, oh my god, it lays flat. Look at all those pockets. Okay, that has Velcro in it. It comes with a dot grid insert already inside. You have these two bookmarks, and then you have these straps. There's a pocket here. There are 3 different colors. There's a black, a brown, and a blue, but I did like the brown the most. Okay, cool. So this is a short pocket. This is a long pocket, short and short. Cool. I have an idea of what I'm going to use these short pockets for. If I'm not mistaken, the covers are Tomoe River paper. Not the covers, the notebooks. Yeah, they definitely feel like Tomoe River paper, so that's good to know. So those are the covers. And there's another insert there. Cool. So this is going to house my functional system, which means it's going to house my take a note, and that'll probably go on this pocket. Very cool. And then I'm going to also have my insert and my, I really hope. Oh my gosh, yes. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to make sure it fit in one of the pockets. Oh my god, yes. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's everything I wanted. And then I'm going to fit this in here. And that's the plan. Okay, I see you. Another way that this could be done is I could always just insert it into one of the bands, of course. And so that's there. That works too, just to kind of like house it. I don't hate that. I obviously can't really write in it that way, but I don't hate it. Okay, I see you. I could also potentially, let's see. I don't think this will fit. It's too big. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm so happy that this fits in here. Y'all, you don't understand. I'm so happy. So excited. Potentially could fit the notes in here. I love how like stiff it feels. I love that. I could also potentially just like put this in here. Oop. I don't think I like that as much, but I could. There's a lot of options. No, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna mess it up. So, and then I could also just like leave it there, but I feel like that's probably not the most secure option. I'm vibing that. I don't think I'll use these bookmarks. I don't tend to use them in general, so I'll probably take them out. Which you can. There you go. I like how slim it is. I love the slim profile. Quite a lot. And then, oops. And you can tighten it more. Okay, I'll dig it. That's the Lockbee. And then I'm going to put patches on this eventually and what have you. And of course, it'll get scuffed up. Just did that. Oh, I love it. I love the brown, actually. So this is my functional system. Oh, how exciting. Okay. I see you. I see you. And then I do have a notes insert that I have here that I could potentially kind of just like tuck here in the back as well. And that's just for note taking, for proposals and what have you. Okay, I don't hate that. And then if I needed, then I can always just use this one as well later on and just set it there. Very, very cool. Okay, so that's my functional system, yo. That's pretty much it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm sorry for the glare on this. I don't like that at all. Let me kind of like open this up. There we go. That way you don't have to worry about the glare. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions or if you have any recommendations about what I can use those weekly lines for, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!